Hello, my friends. Welcome to part 4 in our short series of the first 4 Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And in this video, I'll be speaking about Sutra number 4 in chapter 1, so it's 1.4. But to give a little context, this sutra is connected especially to the last two. So Sutra 1.2 says, yoga is the cessations of the fluctuations of the mind. And then 1.3 says, so that the seer or the witness rests in its true nature. And now in Sutra 1.4, he says, at other times, the seer is identified with the fluctuations of the mind. So it's kind of amazing that we have such clear instructions. Aside from the fact that, this is a way of understanding yoga. This is a way of understanding life. So essentially, when the cessations of the mind calm and the seer or the witness rests in its true nature, we experience the truth of our being. And at other times, the seer or witness is identified with the fluctuations of the mind. So something happens in our lives and we take it to be so real and we get so identified, and there's no separation. There's no sense of me who is here observing the experience, or a me who can take conscious action. And instead we just get swept along. We get swept away, as one of my teachers would say, by the river of temptation and circumstance, instead of living consciously. So this fourth sutra, 1.4, at other times the seer is identified with the movements in consciousness or the fluctuations of the mind. And we can become aware of this. We can realize, oh, I'm completely identified with what's happening right now. I'm going to share with you a couple interpretations from Iyengar's translations and commentary on the Yoga Sutras. So Iyengar says, the natural tendency of consciousness is to become involved with the object seen, draw the seer towards it, and move the seer to identify with it. Then the seer becomes engrossed in the object. This becomes the seed for diversification of the intelligence and makes the seer forget his own radiant awareness. So just to recap, these first 4 sutras. Now, yoga, so present moment, a more conscious approach to life. Yoga is the cessation of the fluctuations of the mind, the movements in consciousness to follow the mind, so that the seer or the witness rests in its true nature. And at other times, the witness is identified with those fluctuations of the mind. And so the practice is just to remember whenever we can, to observe, to witness, to return to this place of presence. And from that space of connectivity, present moment awareness, we can decide how to act. We decide what to say. Or maybe we simply just allow the divine to move through. And there are much deeper explanations that come in these Yoga Sutras to explain this true nature, this deeper essence of our being. And ultimately, it's not something that can really be described in words, but it's an experience. And there's a particular meditation that I'd like to share with you that I've been finding very helpful lately. So we're going to use that to kind of wrap up this little exploration of the first 4 Yoga Sutras. And it's a practice of resting in the heart. So we will be placing our attention in the middle of the chest, in the area of the heart center. And we'll be resting in the feeling of I am just the pure feeling of I am, I exist. That feeling of pure existence before we became identified with this, I am that, for me, I am Lindsay, I am a woman, I am a daughter, like all these definitions of self, many of which were not chosen deliberately. We're resting in that original feeling of pure existence. And this can help us, this can be a gateway to an experiential understanding of this true nature. So I would invite you to sit comfortably, closing the eyes, and simply allowing for some moments everything to just be as it is. Sensations in the body, emotions, thoughts. Allowing the posture to be stable, yet relaxed, and letting go of any unnecessary tension. Allowing the mind to dissolve down into the heart center, the middle of the chest. Drawing the senses inward like a turtle draws its limbs into the shell. And evoking this feeling, I am, I exist, without any definition, just a very pure feeling, I am. And if we find that the mind has wandered, we gently bring it back to rest in the middle of the chest. The feeling I am. Resting in this pure existence, beyond form, beyond mind. And I'll be closing the video now, but you can return to this practice anytime, coming back to that purity of our being, coming back to the heart, that feeling of pure existence. I am. Thank you for your presence. And if you enjoyed this series, please like and subscribe. And I'd love to hear from you if you have any questions or something you'd like to share. Namaste.